Okay, so welcome everyone. Hold on, let me pull it up here so I can have that. There we go. Sorry, I haven't started the game yet. Turn this up a little bit. Trying to get the green screen if I'm not showing too much. I'm just gonna do a random poll. Um, I'm just gonna do a random poll just to get some interaction going. We haven't done a poll in a while. So welcome everyone. Third day here of streaming. Domain of Kourna. I haven't looked. I did play a little bit earlier. I did half of a Drizzlewood. Like, does anyone else feel that way? Where you go into Drizzlewood and you only really want to do hold on, this is not good. Probably do this. And then turn this down a little bit. It's really bright in my face. There we go. All right, that looks good. Yeah, does anyone else get that where they I don't know, they do the Drizzlewood meta and then they only do it halfway. I only really do it halfway. I don't do it all the way through. I get very bored of it, right? It's very I hated that they just extended it because it just makes it so much longer. Because then you gotta wait, you gotta go around the map, you gotta get to all the the guys that have the boxes or whatever, what are they called? I forgot what they're called, but the guys around the map. Like you have to go, where's yeah. So it's like you go through. I mean, you have two distinct paths that you take, right? Which is cool. I like the meta itself, right? Go up here, you capture this, capture that, capture that. Go here, capture this, capture this, capture that, and then it all congregates right here, and you do a boss fight, and then you get your loot here. But then it's like then you have to travel around the map, like here and here and here and here and here and here to get these little boxes around, right? That's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. Then you have to come here, and then you have to go here, travel all the way over here, then go here, then you gotta wait another 5 minutes to do the thing in here. Then you have to move into the area. Then you have to move in here, and then there's like 3 different rooms in here that you have to do, and then you have to go do the claw. It's just so long, and I'm like, oh. And like halfway through, usually 90% of the time, I just don't finish it. I just don't. So, I don't know if I'm the only person there. That's kind of was the point. Like, I don't know how anyone else feels that way.
Commander, you know I love you, right?
Oh God,
You're
here
in
goes.
trouble, aren't you?
I mean, trouble is such a strong word.
Out with it, Timing.
Gort got himself arrested or quarantined. But if you come to his hearing, I bet you can get him released.
So many questions. Not even sure where to start.
We can go into the details when you get here. Amnoon Council Chambers. Thanks, Commander. You're amazing.
Oh God. So Gorik is in trouble. I turn it up for me because I kind of want to hear this. I really didn't want to do the story. I kind of want to just walk around and do some of the events and stuff. I kind of want to talk about the map itself too. I find it actually, you know what? Let's do a different poll. I don't like this poll. This poll is dumb. Can I delete that poll? I have a different idea. I want to ask people if they enjoyed Okay. Is there a way to delete that hole? I like having timestamps. Okay, whatever. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this poll, and I'm gonna turn the music down for me again. I guess we're doing bounties. I haven't looked at the achievements. Let's do that.
Hail, mighty hero!
Return to the live the glitch. We gotta do 5 bounties. Okay, well I'm gonna join these guys in doing the bounty. Oh my god, the commander's using a roller beetle. Well, that's very considerate of the commander, isn't it? But yeah, I find, I don't know, and I kind of, that's the reason I got the idea of making, is that a dead end? No, it's not a dead end. That's kind of where I got the idea of the poll, because I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about this the other day too, and I talked about this a little bit. I find the domain of Kourna a very wasted map. There's not a lot going on. Like, there's like certain things going on, you know, you can do hearts, but like even the bayou over here, there's nothing there. There's no like landmarks, there's nothing going on. You know, you go look at this. It's just sand, and then you have this up here which has the choya, and then nothing, a couple of buildings. This has the like springs there. I don't know, a lot of it seems very wasted. Like there's no people anywhere, there's no like cool landmarks. Like even in the basin here, it's just landscape, right? All of this is just landscape. It feels very empty and very like wasted in its own way. I really dislike it. Like I think it's super wasted. It could have done a lot more. Specifically with it being Kourna, right? We look at Kourna and you look at the map of Kourna, like Kourna had like really cool places, and I know that like a lot of the cool stuff went into like the Jahai Bluffs, which is like part of Kourna, you know, which I think that was done so much better because you have like the fortress of Jahai here, and you have that little city that's overrun, and you have the Chantry, they do stuff there. You have that, you know, where the meta event happens. Of course, you have the Sun's Refuge, then you have a bunch of branded stuff, and you even have that quest like when you go further, you know, Wormhaven down here. You have that little outpost down there too. There's like a lot of different things I feel like that are going on in the map there, but I just feel like the Kourna map doesn't really. And this whole release, because you look at like Gandera, right? Gandera is like the big part of this, right? And we got like one tiny part of it. I mean, none of this was used, which is such a shame. I really think like that this particular release is did not do good job. It just didn't do a good job, I don't think. Yes, it's me. Huh? Why why are you asking if it's me? I did move my camera, guys. Okay, my camera
Reports of creatures driven insane by
my camera like shifted a little bit. And I didn't notice it, and it was like on the way, cuz I have like, I don't know, the setup up there is crazy. Anyways, cuz I'm trying to like get the lighting in there and stuff, so and I guess that's like it had like slowly shifted over time, and instead of like actually moving it back, I would just turn it, and then I was like, the perspective looks weird on some of my streams. I was just like, not like it really matters, it's just like a stream anyways, you know, so it doesn't really. I guess I can get on the roller beetle to get part of this because the commander is not waiting on people. Yeah, it's so, look at this whole map. It's really empty. There's like nothing going on. You know, there's barely even events going on. Like, you go around some of these maps and there's barely any events even going on. You know, there's like no events that happen here. There's like one event that happens here. There's like nothing up here. You know, there's an adventure. Cool. Then you have that one event on the far side in here. This pond is so cool, and I feel like they could have really done something with it, but nothing happens there. So I don't know. This whole map, the whole meta, the story was great, and I think they really concentrated on the story in this. But I hate that they were probably that there was probably like crunch happening, right? I really think. I think. I don't know what you guys. I don't know what you guys like. I don't know. You guys, kids these days have like crazy imagination. I don't have any gathering tools. I just took it off this guy the other day. Great. Can't even gather anything. But I think I can. Yeah, I can still open these. So it's actually perfect because I can still open these supply caches here. Yeah, they could have really had like, and I really feel like they could have, the whole idea of like being close to Joko's like that's Joko's stronghold, right? And we look at things like Istan, for example, right? Istan has Palawadan and then the Great Hall, which is used as like a prison and stuff. And there's just like awakened every, I mean, you have a giant field, you know, it's like the Crater Lands has like a bunch of stuff, but there's like awakened everywhere on this entire map. You don't have that here. I'm like, we're right on the doorstep of Joko's like main fortress, right? He uses Gandera as like his main fortress and stuff. That's like his main force and stuff. And they have one outpost right here that we like pretty much empty out. We defeat the people in there and then we move on. And it's just like, ugh, I don't know. Did no one think to like maybe talk about that before they released it? You could have just really stuck random events in there too. Like, were they that much under crunch that they couldn't even put like random awakened events? Like, they could have had like awakened suppressing the people around, you know, and not just in that one village right here, right? They have the village right here, and that's where the only like suppressing is going on there. Oh my god, he's like flying above, but we're all hitting him. Is that the only, is there only 5? You have to do 5, but is it complete bounties within the, I guess we only have to do 5 of them. 250 shards. Pretty much. Whoa. I'm not really paying attention. Like, I'm doing enough damage. Oh my god, the laser beam got me. There we go. We did it! Alright, let's follow this commander that doesn't want to stand the fuck still. Griffith's fastest. And the map itself, I think, is very beautiful. Has like I said before, I like a lot of different biomes, and these feel very natural. Like, this pond is secluded by rocks, by cliffs. So it makes it very idyllic, you know, because it's away from like all the other, from the like warring of what happened here and stuff. And this became a bayou because of like, you know, the water started flooding in here. And this became like a bayou kind of thing. So it feels very natural in a lot of those, where are we going? Going up there. Just kind of following them around, so. The map itself is great, I think. Like, they did a nice job with the actual map. Of course, there's that part missing here that I haven't explored and stuff. And it's nice to even have like open fields and stuff. I mean, it's great for like, especially for the Roller Beetle release. Like, this is a great map because there's a lot of flat land and a lot of like rampy, like ramps and stuff. Oop, oop. Oh god, the bomb mechanic. I hate that. I hate that mechanic very much. But yeah, and like even the little town and stuff, that was really cool. There's that part where like this guy locks himself up and he like kills himself in there because he has the scarab plague and stuff. Like, it's really heart-wrenching and stuff, and I feel like they could have done a lot more because you have the fields here and you have that whole event with the fields where they're just like, oh my god, the scarabs, you know, they're eating our crops and stuff, and like Joko doesn't give a shit because why would he, you know? And they could have really done that like throughout the map. Like, they could have had like scarab attacks attacking little settlements or something, or little like outlying, like I wish there was more like even like little settlements, more like there's the Hylic living here, and then right next to them is the Inquest base, right? It's like right in here is the Inquest base, which is just like, okay, it's right next to it. So it's very like let's collect that cash. Oh, no, get away. It's very wasted. It's very sad that they didn't. And you know, the whole, and I think it really goes to the whole like idea of them like releasing something and then never looking back, and I hate that philosophy. It's like, you know, if you see something you can fix, you should like you should put your time into that and do fix it if you can make it better. Like, it seems very silly that they wouldn't do that kind of stuff. You know, you also have the is it in here? Yeah, the loyalists that live in there. I'm not sure why the loyalists are like hiding away. Right? They're loyalists from this town, right? They kind of like, and they escaped the town and now they live here. But it's just like, why? Like, this used to be Joko's outpost. This is Joko's fortress. Like, it's a literal fortress. And they kind of like, I don't know, they hide in this like corner. It seems weird. Like, why did they do it like that? Is the commander done? I think the commander is done. Did he just say that he's done? I guess he is done. That's okay, we'll do that at some other time. Let's go talk to a merchant so I can get some gathering tools. Okay, apparently they're selling, like, he could be an armor merchant. He could be categorized as an armor merchant, but he's not. Oh, this is for the kids. Yeah, let's not do that, but I do have to do that at some point. Where is this a regular merchant? Are you a regular merchant? You are, okay. Alright, I'm just gonna buy this so I can get the harvesting done in this map here. Open that, open these three, collect that, open that, Jesus Christ, so much crap. I got 20 spare parts. Yeah, I still have to finish that. I have 330 spare parts in my bank. I still have to do that, like, that's one of the, like, really, like, some of the achievements, too, now that I think about it. Like, this is so long. These take so long to do when they give you, like, 1 point. It's really annoying, and these turrets, you don't ever use these turrets again. It's really weird. Like, as you guys can see, I haven't finished any of this. Like, I'm working on, I mean, I haven't done any of that, so, So I don't know. I don't know. This release was very strange indeed. Let's look at achievements here. Doing events, of course. We have to do one more bounty. That's fine. We'll do crop as always. We'll do ore mining as always. Be my guest. Blah blah blah. Revenge of the destroy the plague experience in the inquest lab. So that's the meta event right here. There isn't a lot. There isn't a lot to do here. Do seas, do woodland, renowned hero, do 5 renowned hearts. So we can do renowned hearts. I can collect these tasteless roots. And I feel like they could have had, like, you know, just because the map is empty too, you know, not necessarily like enemy attacks, but they could have had, you know, we're trying to strengthen ourselves against fighting Joko, and we're about to like attack his like fortress, right? That's like his main location, like his main place and stuff. And it's like they could have had events all around that, like, you know, where they're collecting different things. Like, you know, they could have had an event here where you collect rocks to make weapons or something, you know, or like anything like that, you know, where they have like some collection, like, or find old weapons, you know, because this used to be a city, right? And it's like overrun with sand and stuff. Maybe there was like a war here or something, and there's like weapons in the sand. And it's like collect weapons in the sand to strengthen your forces. Or, you know, they could have had like maybe a food collection event here where, because this is such an oasis, there's like fruit trees that grow here or something, or there's something in the water that grows, like some kind of plant in the water that they can use for like medicine or something, and they could have had an election collection event there. Like all kinds of things. I just feel like it's very like, it just wasn't utilized very well, this map. I really don't think the map itself. We do know that for a fact, I'm pretty sure this was confirmed by ArenaNet, but they did say that the meta was cut like in third, like down to a third of its size. It was supposed to be all 3 bridges were supposed to be like a meta event. Because there's a bridge over here as well, and then I guess this was supposed to be like its own meta. Oh, which it is. That's the meta. So that's the one. That's the meta, right? You go through the portal. You come up here. You go across, and you go up the stairs, and you go down here, and you fight these the people down here and the golem and stuff. And then you have to go around destroying every room and destroying the things that I have, and you have that secret room you can get into and stuff. But it was supposed to be like three meta events that were supposed to, or like it was supposed to be like how what's it called? Silver Waste was. We attacked from like 3 separate sides to get in there. So it's just such a shame, and like I said, it's just also a shame that they never go back to any of this. They're done with it now. They're moving on, and I always think that, like, I'm like, okay, they're doing this because the, like, they're never gonna go back to it, right? But then they do things like the Season of the Dragon, where they go back to the stuff and they add new achievements to this, wanting people to go back to the maps, but then they're not updating the map. I'm like, why don't you take the time to update that map? Like, and it doesn't take that much because the groundwork is already there. You don't need that many developers. Like, they have what, like 300 developers at ArenaNet, or like, I mean, they have like what, almost like 300 people working there. Not all of them are developers, of course. So 200 developers or whatever, even if it's just like, I don't know, but I feel like they could like take 10 developers from different things to maybe develop some stuff, to make some more events, and really like upgrade these maps as they go along. It's like whatever they can get done in a week, for example, because they're like weekly things. Or they could have it like a team that works on each episode. They know that's coming up, and they get like maybe a month to work on this. Like, they don't have to spend that much time, but like whatever they can get done in a month. Like, I feel like making like a few more events and adding like a few extra NPCs or something, that can't be that much work. You know what I mean? It can't be that hard to like add a little bit of extra stuff. And there's a lot of maps where you don't have to do that. Like, I think specifically season 3 maps, you don't have to do that. A lot of the season 3 maps are perfectly fine the way they are. Like, you don't have to do anything to the maps there. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's just, this map in particular is one that always bugged me. Always bugged me, because I'm like, okay, you really can reduce this map down to this encampment, the wall, the vine wall, which apparently is like kind of a thing a little bit, and then the meta event. That's it. There's nothing else of note. The other hearts are just random heart events. I mean, it's like random Hylic, you know, random inquests that are right next to Joko, and Joko has never done anything against them. Like, that's it. So, you know, I don't know, it's kind of a shame.
Keep up the good work.
Have you seen any Awaken around the camp? No, not that I'm aware of. Good situation. Okay, Lord Farron? Supply recruit? Wait, oh, what is this? Oh, take this to the main camp? That's fine. Where do I bring the, you're not wrong. They are like my most popular videos. I just think that like the reason why those are the most popular is because, like, I think elite specialization and like build videos and like gold making videos, those are like the top 3 videos that you'll find for Guild Wars 2, because that's what people look up on YouTube all the time. I make a lot of lore stuff, and people aren't super interested in the lore. So yeah, kill that spy. I saw that. So you're not wrong that those are like the most popular. I don't know, I could do another set. It's interesting. The problem that I have with that is because we already know 3 out of 6, right? And we have seen pictures of like 2 more now at this point. So it's like, I don't know, it just seems very like I'm gonna just get some of them done or whatever. I feel like what I could do is, as they release those pictures, for example, I could do a speculation video per picture that they're releasing, like not like a whole set of them or whatever, because I know I'm not gonna, like I said, 3 of them have already been released. But yeah, I could do videos on like speculating on them. Like, I was speculating the other day on, I can kill you like that. I was speculating on the like Revenant picture, for example, and I pointed out, and I hate this theory. Really, you stole my kill? It's not good. There's one there. I got it. It's mine. Oh, thought I was gonna hit it, but I didn't. The Revenant picture, right? You know what's really funny about that Revenant picture? And that actually, because now that you say that, I actually remember that I said that maybe I'll do a video on this, but I wasn't sure how people would feel about it. And like I said, I'm not a fan of that theory. But if you look at the Revenant picture, I know a lot of people have been theorizing like Kanaxai for it, because it's like the weapon looks like Kanaxai and stuff like that. But my thought was, and oh God, I hate that thought so much, but what about Ryland, right? The background colors of that picture that they have teased is like red and blue, which was like the Iceboot Saga thing. Oh look, it's Rhyme. And like, it's a greatsword. It's not Ryland's greatsword, but it does look similar to Ryland's greatsword. I know Ryland like made his own greatsword, so it's like a mechanical thing, but it kind of looks like a little bit like it's in the same style, the way it looks and stuff. And you know, Ryland being a greatsword user, and maybe ArenaNet. You know, ArenaNet always has this like redemption story thing that they like to do. So maybe maybe it's maybe it's Ryland that we channel from the mists now that he has like gone. I know it would be another Char and it wouldn't be another, because every legend we channel is a different like race or like different species of something. You know, we have a demon, we have a centaur, we have a whatever, but I mean we could have it as like legendary champion stance or something. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. Those videos do seem very popular. I don't know. They are a lot of work, and I'm gonna be honest here. Yeah, I know, and I really appreciate you saying that. I really do. The only problem that I have, and I said this the other day, my only problem with it is that when I do these speculation videos, like all of the speculations I've done so far, none of them have come true. And I know that a lot of the speculations I have done are for End of Dragon. Too fond about the Ryland theory. The character has been introduced that would play. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I was just thinking that because of the like color scheme, and like it would just kind of work out in a weird way, right? I don't know. But yeah, with the speculation, like I said, one issue that I have with it is that like my speculations so far have been very wrong, and I know that I base it on like lore, but I have to like give myself props for it, and like you said, like I base it on lore, and I think ArenaNet doesn't base it on lore. Like, from what I've seen, Willbenders seems like they pulled that shit out of their ass. Virtuoso, 100%. Like, how is that at all bound into the lore? It doesn't make any sense, because we've never heard about anything called a Virtuoso or a Willbender, and we didn't even know that, you know, it's based off of, like, what Shiro was, but Shiro wasn't like a guardian. He wasn't using fiery magic and stuff, and no one has ever called these people like Willbenders. They were always just like, you know, the King's Guard kind of thing and stuff. So I think that a lot of my theories, particularly pertaining to lore, are a lot better than what ArenaNet has come up with, which is sad. And I'm not like, I hate to toot my own horn, but that's just how it is. That's a back piece. I don't have that yet. Oh, it's a little beetle in there. That's cool. I could have bought those volatile things. That's okay. We're gonna do the other hearts. Let's go do the farmlands and stuff. So, but yeah, like I said, so I kind of my problem with it is that I'm kind of scared that. Because I want to take this thought further, right? The thought of like, what if all my speculation theories are wrong? It really gets to that point where it's like, what if all my speculations are wrong, and what if all my like elite specialization speculations are wrong? Then I'm gonna sit there with like a year and a half of videos made, and pretty much all of the theories that I had were like wrong. And I don't want to have another set. I don't want to have 3 sets of elite specializations where I'm wrong, because I'm already wrong on 3 of them. And, you know, ArenaNet claiming that, oh yeah, these elite specializations are like so tied into the Lycanthra lore, I find complete bullshit so far from what we have seen. I don't find them at all. Just because you're retconning some of the lore doesn't make it fit the Canthan lore, in my opinion. So I'm kind of holding my breath on my speculations that I've already made, because I'm wrong on the warrior. We know this. The warrior is gonna get a pistol. Out of the 3 weapons that I had to choose, I chose the 2 that weren't picked. Right? I picked short bow for my first one, and I picked staff for the second one. And the only other one they don't have is pistol, and that's the one I didn't pick. And, you know, it's just like, if I end up being wrong on all of them, I feel like it kind of discredits, like, I feel like people would look at my channel and be like, well, this guy is always wrong on all the stuff that he makes. You know what I mean? So I don't want to do another set and be, like, even more wrong. I mean, something has to stick, right? If I make 3 sets, I feel like, but still, even at that point, it's not, I don't even know why I went here. I wanted to go to the city and I didn't do that. So I'm probably not going to do that. I might talk about maybe speculating a little bit on this stuff and maybe just talking about the pictures that come up, but I'd rather speculate on other stuff. You know, I mean, I'm speculating on, I'm making theories on other lore and stuff. I think my time is better spent doing that than doing elite specializations. I know those videos are really popular, and I would love for my channel to be always that popular, not just on elite specializations, but it'll get there eventually. So it'll get there eventually. So I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, I'm doing my lore mystery bit series. Whoa. Like my whole... Yeah, I know. I just... And I love the suggestion. I always love when people give me suggestions on what to do. That particular one I've run through my head like multiple times, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Yeah, my whole computer just like... The reason I was like, whoa, what's going on, is because both of my screens like flashed. And I'm like, I hope I'm not losing electricity. It's been like storming all day. Like we had like a really bad thunderstorm earlier today, like way early on today. But yeah, it was like weird because like the whole screen was like flashing. Okay, I can get the crops done on this part here. But yeah, I'm doing my lore mystery bit series right now, so that's a little bit of speculation that I have, a little bit of lore that I want to bring into. I think the community as a whole and the content creators as a whole, as far as I can see, because I do go around searching on YouTube for Guild Wars videos, and I see so many videos about like getting gear, getting money, farming this, farming that, you know, even elite specialization speculation, or just talking about like stuff that's currently going on, you know, where they're like, oh, this has been like, the picture for the Revenant has been revealed, what could it possibly be, you know, or like, oh my god, this is really cool. But I don't see people talking about the lore and stuff. And I talked about this yesterday. I think Icebrood Saga kind of killed that. Icebrood Saga had this like whole idea of not creating any loose ends and not creating any space for... Is this the like Regulatarian sky? Oh yeah, you can see those two stars right there. I wasn't sure if they had like, don't they get like a different one in the Crystal Oasis? It looks different. And I just think that like, I don't know, I just really want more people to talk about the lore, and that's why I kind of want to not just do... I think a lot of people do elite specialization speculations, and I appreciate you saying like, you know, that you like them and that I base them on like this stuff. But I will tell you right now that there will be more speculation coming for other things. I mean, like I just, right before I started streaming, I was working on a video, and I talked about this as well yesterday, the warden video, where I talk about the wardens of the Echovald Forest and stuff. So that video I'm working on, I'm like, I don't know, like halfway through it, so it'll come out in the next days. I have 3 episodes this week coming out for the Lore Mystery Bit series. I keep on lagging, and it's really annoying. The Lore Mystery Bit series I have coming out. So see, it's like every time I like walk by something, it's like every... Is it doing that? Yeah, there it was a little bit. Oh, it's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. So, I'm not sure what's happening there. It's like, I know I have the screen shake on. I know that's happening. Maybe if I turn that off. Okay. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm doing the lore mystery bit series, and I'm still doing other like speculations and stuff, and I hope that maybe people will be. And it's still lagging. I don't know what the fuck is going on today. Is anyone else experiencing this lag? I like the camera shake. It's cool. Yeah, there's like, oh, yeah, it's like weird lag going on. I don't know if it has to do with a lot of people being here or what. I need to do one more bounty, so let's actually go to the bounty over here. Yeah, I'm lagging really bad right now. I don't know what's going on.
Commander, up for unraveling a mystery?
And I think it's just the game, because like everything else is fine, so. But yeah, I want to speculate on other things, not just that. But I have talked about this, and I will make this video. I just don't want to make it right now, because I don't think right now is a good time for it. But I will make a video about another expansion. And I talked about this on my Guild Wars 1 streams, where I wanted to. I'm gonna make a rough idea sketch thing of an expansion that both includes Guild Wars 1 and 2 in its own way, and I want to talk about like pretty much like how they could work together on these both, like, because I think ArenaNet kind of misses the opportunity of utilizing Guild Wars 1 in a way to kind of like, it's still an active game and people still play it to this day, and I think people, like, as soon as anything comes out for Guild Wars 1, people are all about it. And I think ArenaNet really misses that like the mark there. They miss that opportunity of like doing something where they can interact it, where they can interlock it with like Guild Wars 2 in a way. So I want to make that, and maybe I'll make a whole set of new elite specialization speculations just for this like new area. I didn't think of making that, but I could have it where I like talk about a set of elite specializations, and I talk about maybe like 2 classes for Guild Wars 1 that I could see happen. So that would be kind of cool. So, but I would have to, like, if I'm gonna do that, that would take me a long time, and that's totally fine because there's no pressure on this stuff. I just don't want to do that right now because we do have a new expansion coming out, and saying like, oh, here's an expansion that I could see happen when we have like another one that's not even been released yet, is kind of like in a weird way. So I'm gonna wait for End of Dragons to actually come out, and then I'll probably talk about that. So I'll make a video for that. So that'll be more speculation for other stuff, maybe for a future expansion in general. You know, maybe we can look at that, and you know, I can look back in that, and once they announce another expansion for after End of Dragons, I could look back at that particular video and say like, okay, I'm gonna use the elite specializations that I have that I had on that video, and I'm just gonna isolate it and do a video where I talk about those just by themselves and stuff, and like refine them or something like that, you know, where I really look into like all the different things. So but yeah, I do love the lore of the game, and I just want people to talk about the lore more often. So wait a minute, that did count, yes? For the bounty? Yeah, okay, fantastic. Let's get some more gathering done here, because I see that right here. And I just want people to like look at the lore and stuff, and I think particularly I'm so surprised, and I have to say this, I actually went on Wooden Potatoes' YouTube channel yesterday, because I was really surprised, and I was like, am I just not getting the notifications on his videos? Because I'm really surprised that he hasn't done any speculation, or he hasn't talked about Kourna, because I saw Kourna right in front of me, that's what I was talking about that. Like, he hasn't talked about Cantha. The last time he talked about Cantha was when he did like his like playthrough series, like his short playthrough or whatever, where he was like what was he doing, like the missions or something, or he was going through doing something, and that's like it. That's the last time they've like talked about it, and I'm like, yeah, you know, and I think I'm like, is it, you know, and I sometimes think, I'm like, is it just me? Am I just not finding the people on? No, there is something to harvest. I was like, I can't see. Oh, it's like way underneath there. You know, and it's like me. It's like, or sometimes I think it's just me, where I think that like, oh, is it just me that's not finding them? But I'm like I said, I go through and I search every so often, and I'm like, I don't see anyone like talking about like lore stuff at all. And I honestly, because I know we have gotten an influx of a lot of people. I see it in the guild. We have a lot of new people. We have a lot of like veterans that have come back after years of not playing and stuff. And you know what? I solely blame that on Icefruit Saga, because Icefruit Saga was very like, we're taking the lore we have and we're tying up some loose ends, and we're not creating any more new lore, right? Like specifically with like Owl, for example. Like you look at Owl and Owl returns, right? All of a sudden we see in the one instance where, you know, oh, Owl is there, you know, the spirit of Owl was released or whatever, and then we have that instance in the Dragon Response missions where we defeat defeat Ryland or whatever, who's like channeling the power of Owl, and then Owl gets destroyed in that same moment. And it's like, okay, so you bring Owl back, and then like in a blink of an eye you completely destroy her again. So now she's completely again out of the whole picture of, you know, because there could have been speculation as to, okay, what's gonna happen now? Is Owl gonna come back in like some capacity? Are we gonna see something happen maybe with that later? But no, they made sure that they tied that loose and like right away. They created a loose end and then completely tied that up. And they did that with a lot of stuff. You know, like Smolder getting killed, and you're just like, okay, well, we could possibly speculate who's gonna be the Iron the Iron Legion. What are they called? The head guy, the main person. I forgot what they're called. The Imperator. Yeah, Imperator. So you'd be like, okay, who is it? Well, in the next release, boom, they already talked about it. It's already done. There's no speculation needed. And it's just like, you know, then it's like, okay, well, who's gonna take over for Bangar? Oh, no, we already decided that. It's gonna be his Tribune that's gonna take over. And it's like, well, holy shit. There's no lore to speculate on. And, you know, well, the thing was that, like, Wooden Potatoes was for a long time the main guy to follow on that. Like, I would watch his videos, and I learned so much about the Guild Wars lore watching his videos and stuff. Like, even in his, like, playthrough of Guild Wars 2 that he did, like, a couple years ago, but then for the last 2 years, he hasn't really done anything with his channel. It's become one of the regular channels on, like YouTube that talks about, just the news. Pretty much, it's like a news channel now at this point. And so many YouTubers do that. And people ask me sometimes, they're just like, oh, are you going to talk about this? I'm like, there's like 20 YouTubers right now that just released a video today talking about that exact subject. I'm not going to do that. You know, I talk about stuff that no one talks about. Like, who talks about the Leviathans in the Jade Sea in Cantha? No one. No one has made a video about that ever. Who is talking about even the Deep Sea Dragon? No one's talking about the Deep Sea Dragon at all. I haven't seen not one theory about the Deep Sea Dragon in like a long time, in like a year. Okay, no one is talking about this stuff, and it's such a shame. And I don't know if I can take that place of being the lore guy. I would love to, but the problem is that I don't do this for a living, so I can't release as many videos as I would like to, because I would love to release like 2-3 videos a week, but I just don't have time to do that. You know, it's just because I have, you know, a job, a full-time job that I need to take care of, and that takes the majority of my time pretty much. So you know, I would love to have that, but that's kind of, you know, I mean, my channel is only, my channel is growing, and people are liking the stuff or whatever. And I think, like I said, it's really hard to make lore-related videos currently because Iceberg Saga was so, it was so not lore-friendly. It was so not friendly towards the people that like the lore, because a lot of it just became very like, okay, this is done, this is done, this is done, and there's nothing new created. You know, there's no, by the end of it, you're not stuck with questions. Like, I talked about this yesterday, where the end of season 4, you know, we got a huge lore bomb, right? We got a massive lore bomb, and no one talked about it. Like, people in the community talked about it, but I mean, like, in-game, no one talked about it. And that's great because it creates this mystery, right? It's this huge mystery that we don't get any details about. And we're just like, okay, who the fuck is Mother, right? And it's just like, it's great. That's great for lore. But Iceberg Saga had literally finished it up by like killing both of the Elder Dragons and, you know, really tying everything up. Like, you know, Ryland is dead. Like, the whole thing, like all the lore stuff is done with Iceberg Saga. There's no loose ends, and that's, I think, you know, and Iceberg Saga being the like last thing to have come out is just pretty much why there is no talk about the lore, why there isn't anything going on with the lore. Because I think during season 4 particularly, I remember a lot of people were speculating on a lot of different things that were happening. You know, with Oreen, like what's gonna happen with, like, throughout, you know, the whole thing, we're talking about Oreen, and then we had the whole thing with Ridlock's children, and people are like, okay, why are they releasing a thing talking about Ridlock's children? Like, that's so weird. Why are they talking about, like, you know, Kaith and stuff? Like, what is going on with all that? And that kind of like paid off in a while. So no, I don't care about the Choya. What am I doing? I want to do hearts, and I walked away. I didn't even finish that heart. I didn't even do that hard because I got so, and I think that Guild Wars 2 is hard to follow because there isn't a lot of people that make lore videos. Because if you play a video game, if you play something like, wow, because I wanted to talk about that and I didn't talk about that, but because I saw your message and you talk about how it's hard to follow. But if you look at any video game, specifically an MMO, and you look at like WoW, for example, someone that just plays WoW, I can tell you right now, they're gonna be fucking confused. Like, even if they played right from like level 1 and they're going through the starter maps, you know, they're going through like, I don't know how much that game has changed, but you go like through Teldrassil if you're like the Night Elf or whatever, you know, and you do that, you know, you go through and then you go to like, what is it, Dark Shore is the map after, and you do all those quests there and you kind of like journey around, you do all that stuff. Even then, a lot of stuff is like very confusing. Like, you're like, you know, like, I was the type of person, I remember I would constantly Google stuff. I'm like, oh, who's this person they're talking about? Or who's this guy? You know, and you would find like YouTubers talking about these subjects or talking about the lore and stuff. And that's, I think, an essential part of being like, you know, of an MMO, because most MMOs have just like, I lag in this map, I lag in this city. There's something in this city that's making me lag. Huh, interesting. I lag in the city. So I think that, you know, it's always going to be something. You know, that's always going to be something that's going to happen. It's going to be, and I think, because I had a video and a lot of people disliked the video and a lot of people left like, not nasty comments, but they were like kind of like ridiculing, like they were literally like a little bit like ridiculing what I was talking about. But it was the new player experience video that I had, where I talked about like I was kind of complaining that we as content creators have to convey game mechanics to new people or to people that, you know, are returning to the game or whatever. You know, we have to talk about the break bars, we have to talk about the conditions, we have to talk about the setups, we have to talk about the like inventory stuff, we have to talk about the equipment stuff. Like, we have to do that. The reason I say that is because I think as content creators, I would rather focus on things like lore or fun things to talk about, you know, cool things that are like, oh, here's something really cool you can do with your griffin. You know, I love the little videos where people like do trick things with their griffins. Those are like really interesting. They're really short videos, but I love that. Or like people doing like fashion wars or even build videos. Like watching build videos is really cool. Like how Mine does his videos about like talking about the different open world builds that he makes and stuff. Those are cool videos to watch, you know. And that was kind of the point where I wanted to get to, that I didn't really talk about, I guess, in that video, but it was just kind of like, I would rather see that happen. Like, I'd rather see those videos than, you know, news videos over and over again, or like explaining how break bars work and stuff like that. Like, it's just like, you know, I have made my own tips and tricks video, but it's a tips and tricks video. It's not an instruction video. It's not like, okay, here's how to play the game. No, I talk about like things you can do to kind of improve your game, or, you know, cool little tidbits that like will help you out in your journey. You know, those are fine as well. So and so I will encourage you, I don't know, Paul, if you have done so, but I will encourage you to watch my video called New Player Experience with a question mark as like the JC. I forgot exactly what it's called. But in that particular video, I touch on that. I really talk about how they throw you into the game, and I understand that ArenaNet wanted to create this game where they throw you into the world and they leave it up to you to figure out, right? And it kind of gives you this like sense of adventure and exploration, just going through the world. But then you know, I talked about like things like break bars and stuff. Nowhere in game do they explain break bars anywhere. There's no explanation for break bars. I think there's like maybe a pop-up when you like level up where it's just like, oh, break bars. And it's like, okay, but what are CCs? Like, what are conditions? Conditions aren't explained to you. They don't explain to you, like, one thing that I talked about is like in the attributes section, I don't know what these do. I have to go on the wiki to find out the calculation on what these do, right? Condition duration, okay, like, I don't know why it says fear there, for example. Why does it just tell me the amount? Oh, fear gets an extra 10%. Why is that? Based off of my, it's based off of this set right here, that's why. But it's just like, it talks about like armor, okay, combines item defense and toughness, reduces incoming damage by how much? Like, how does this work? How's the 2500 working for me? You know, and you can find all that information on the wiki. This town makes me lag. I don't know what it is, but this town makes me lag. It's really strange. Really die, please. And you know, I really talk like, and I find it a shame. You know, you like you said, they don't explain fractals and dungeons. And like my thing is, it's like, specifically strikes, and I've been having this discussion with people, and people want to argue with me all the time. I make it sound like it's such a bad thing. People always want to discuss with me, because it's an argument, but it's more of a discussion, because we're all adults, right? We can talk about this in like, you know, adult version. But I talk about the strikes, for example, because there's a lot of strikes, they don't explain the mechanics to you. First of all, you have to, like, you know, you highlight the enemy, right? Let's find an enemy or something, you know, and it has something underneath it, right? It has written like, it does this. You don't know what that means. When we did the Bone Skinner strike, we wiped like 10 times, and I don't know to what. Like, the beams that come out of the middle, they're not explained to you. Nothing is explained to you, right? And okay, yeah, you can find that video. I mean, I don't know if you want to watch it right now. You can probably watch it like later or whatever. I'm like, stay with me, stay here. No, but you know, I kind of talk about that, and I talk about like strikes in particular bug me because I go in and I have no idea what's going on, and everyone tells me to go on YouTube and find the mechanics. Same with the raids. They tell you to go on YouTube before you start raids and look at what other content creators are showing me. I'm like, what? That seems so ass backwards for me, because it's like, shouldn't I be able to find the information in game? Shouldn't there be an NPC that maybe instructs me on how conditions work, how boons work, how dodging works? Like, and I talk about this, the dodging, there's that little dodging thing that you have in all the starter maps, right? And I hate to be going off on this rant once again, but you know, there it is, whatever. We have in the Caledon Forest, it's right over here. You have that dodging thing. You have in the for the Asuran, it's like down here by the water. I think it's like right here. You know, for the humans, it's the one by the fields right here. You have it right in there and stuff. You have that little dodging thing, and I think that's great because it teaches the player that dodging is an important mechanic, that it even is a mechanic. You know, people that go into the game, they don't know that. They're not instructed on that. But it's like, that's the first and only time you ever see that. That happens the first 3 levels of you leveling, and then you never again, throughout the whole experience, probably all the way up until you're 80, you don't ever have to dodge again, because everything is really easy. I mean, I'm doing a pacifist run right now where I don't use any weapons, and it's really easy. Like, I have only died 7 times. I'm level 37 or 38 or something like that we reached yesterday. And it's like, you know, you look at that and you're just like, okay, what could possibly be done? And then people are like, well, there's content creators who do instructional videos online. And I don't mind that there are those people that do that, but I'm saying it shouldn't be solely on the community and the content creators to make those instructional videos, or to make those posts on Reddit or the forum where they explain that to you. You know, that should be something that I could find in the game. I should find an NPC in the game that explains this stuff to me. You know, maybe where I can watch an in-game video of how to dodge properly or how to use break bar. You know, I always think back of, like, if anyone has ever played Super Smash Brothers, right? And you're at the start screen and you let it sit for a little bit, they show you the little demo video about how, like, if you, like, I always think of that scene where, like, Mario, like, does his, like, up hit against Bowser, and you have, like, 3 screens, and the more percent he has, the higher Bowser flies up. And I think that I'm like, that is so, like, right there, it's like 3 seconds of a video, and it really explains pretty much all of Super Smash Brothers, right? That's like pretty much the only instructions you need. But they do it's such a short video, but they do such a nice job of conveying how the different techniques work. And I'm like, why can't we find a video like that where, like, they show you a break bar and they say, okay, if you do a knockback, it does this much of a break bar for a veteran, right? But then if you face a champion, that only does so much because they have different values of break bars. And no new player knows that. Anyone that has no idea about break bars, they don't know that a veteran break bar is easier to break than a champion break bar. They just think that maybe they're just not doing enough or whatever, you know? So I just think that, like, ArenaNet needs to kind of understand that it's nice to have a world that I can go into and I can immerse myself into, and I run around and I do all these things, and it's great, and I'm super happy with that, you know, where it's kind of open to me. They don't want it theme parky, but more sandboxy, but they have like a mix between the two, because you have like hard quests, but then you have dynamic events, which are like pretty much the polar opposites of like game design, right? Dynamic events are supposed to like bring you around the world, blah blah blah, but then like hearts are supposed to bring you to specific spots and stuff. So they kind of have a mix and match thing, and it's good. I like that. But then you got to talk about, you know, you want to have rates in your game, and you want to have things like strikes in your game. You want to have fractals, and that means you kind of have to put the effort in explaining that to your player base as well. And like I talked about fractals, for example, and I think that fractals does a better job because when you go into fractals, the lower level fractals, they're fairly easy to do. And I'm not saying that they're, oh my god, they're so easy, like any noob can do it. No, I understand that they're probably tough and there's a lot of things that are not explained to you. But what happens is as you go to higher tiers, it becomes harder. There's more ads that happen during boss fights. There's more mechanics. You know, you have instabilities that happen. But it's a slow progression as you go higher, which gives you the ability to adapt. Because if I'm going, like my example always is, I go into the Snowblind fractal and the boss there. When you're in the low level fractal version of that fractal, you don't have those little icy crystals that come on the sides, right? So you fight the boss and you win against the boss and it's like, oh, okay, that wasn't too hard, that wasn't too bad. The next time you go in, and I actually had this happen to me recently, the next time I went in, because I hadn't done them in a while, I forgot about that mechanic. I have the little ice pillars that are like 3 of them that are around the room, and all of a sudden we're all wiping. And I'm like, why are we wiping? What has changed? Like, he's not that much harder. He's losing pretty much the same amount of health, like, you know, he's taking a little bit longer, but it's still pretty easy. What has changed? And I look at those, oh, those pillars, we have to destroy the pillars, right? And it kind of it has like a natural way of teaching you the progression in the like fractals a little bit better. And I'm not excusing the fractals for being like, oh, so perfect in the way they do it, but they do a better job of conveying what they're trying to do, and they teach you a little bit better, right? So okay, hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't read any of this. I've never done a raid in WoW without watching videos first. It's just a part of the MMO world. Guild Wars 2 is pretty much a higher skill level game, in my opinion. You're right about your opinion, though. And I can see that. I just think that, like, I think back, I think specifically about that with, like, watching videos on raids and stuff. I just think back of, like, I see so many MMOs, like, I think of, like, BDO and stuff, when you, like, learn your skills. You know, they have the little skill window where they show you how they work. And I think that, yes, we probably will always need content creators talking about raids or mechanics and stuff on YouTube. But I think we would probably need less of that if they were to do more work in game of portraying this stuff and showing this kind of stuff. You know, like simple things like break bars, for example, that would already be a huge step into a good direction. You know, yes, we will always need instructions because raids have very unique mechanics that you don't find in like other fights and stuff. Same with strikes. So I understand that there's always going to be like a little bit of a gap between like what the developers can do for us and what like we need to learn, like that kind of, you know, a little bit of a gap there. That has to be filled by content creators and stuff. But I just think that there's too much of that for Guild Wars 2. There's just so much that hasn't been explained to anyone. So I just think, you know, that in particular, it's just a little bit too much of that. I've never watched a video of raids just running trade. Okay, but break the bar is an issue. I've lost the time to figure out what skill does what. See, and that's the thing. It's like people don't know that a knockback does more than a daze, right? Where is that ever instructed? It's never instructed. Like, I do a daze on here. It says 1 second daze. Okay. Is that... There's no break bar information on that, right? I have daze here as well, which does each second for each clone that I do. So that's pretty good, right? But I can do a knockback and probably do a lot better that way, right? And that's not conveyed in the game. That's not instructed in the game. I think those are base mechanics that should be shown in the game, that should be talked about. And I had, you know, I hate to criticize a game and not come up with a solution. In that particular video, I have given a couple of examples of a solution of what they could possibly do. And I think they, you know, if they were to work on those things, it would improve the game a lot. Well, I think Guild Wars 2 community, the Guild Wars 2 community, because I'm reading, I have played for years and came back to, no, wait, what was I reading? Oh, guys, you guys are talking so much. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up. Okay, I like this is good. When I think I have break bars down, wait, no. Okay, You're brave, but in WoW, WoW, you will be kicked if you don't do the best DPS. The difference between WoW community and Guild Wars 2 community, we all know Guild Wars 2 community is pretty great. We do have our toxic people, and they do find their way into the raids, and they do find their way into strikes, and they do find their way into the PvP. But mostly, overall, I want to say the Guild Wars 2 community is pretty awesome. And that's why we have training runs, because the Guild Wars 2 community is so good about helping each other, and they're so good about, like, you know, just doing those kinds of things. So I think we're a little bit, we just have a better community in that sense. So that's why you will find those. It's easier to join a raid in Guild Wars 2. When I think I have break bars down, I found out I don't know anything. Yeah, and you know what? And that kind of goes back to the original discussion of how I feel about break bars. So, I didn't play WoW, but I can only assume it's totally different. It can be different, I think it can be. I have played WoW. I've never really raided in WoW. I think it comes down to like I said, the community. So I'm sure you can find great people in WoW and great guild. Like, what are they? They're not called guilds. They're called something else, aren't they? But or maybe they're guilds. I know they're called something else in Final Fantasy 14. But you know, you can find, I'm sure, great people that help you with that stuff out. Sure. Saw the stream. Well, thank you, Kanami. Kanami. I'm sorry if I say that wrong. Played for years and came back to every once in a while. Something has changed and I'm stuck on Guild Wars 2 now. I'm loving it. I'm at work. Would rather watch this than work right now. Well, I appreciate that, Paul. Just don't get in trouble. I don't want your boss to come on the keyboard and be like, what the hell is going on here? I don't want to play anything but Guild Wars 2. You know, and that's the thing. I have taken my breaks from Guild Wars 2 because you're talking about like being stuck on Guild Wars 2. I have taken my breaks and I have tried other MMOs, but like anytime I turn on another MMO, I actually recently canceled my subscription to Final Fantasy 14, and I had a subscription for a solid 2 years, and I only played like a handful of hours in that time, because anytime I would turn it on, I would do a couple quests and be like, nope, this isn't it, and I go back to Guild Wars 2. And Dota 2, okay, or Dota, didn't even say Dota 2. What is the thing is kind of true. That sounds nice with the community about the break bar. Yes, I agree. Yeah, we're all like this and like to take the newbies. Yeah, and that's true. And I think the Guild Wars 2 community is great in like, you know, in that video, it kind of sounds like I really hate the Guild Wars community. And so I really don't. I love the community. And I think that's one thing that brings a lot of people back into the game. It's just the way the community is, right? And is anyone else experiencing this lag just in this town? Do you see that every few seconds, and it's just standing around this town, so it's kind of strange. I don't know why that's the thing. I think that's been a thing for me for years. So I don't know if that's I want to kill more rats. There's a rat. Kill that. Is there something else I can do? Oh, I can burn infected crops. Well, whoops, didn't do that. Let's go do that. I can do that way down here, can't I? But yeah, I just think, and I'm not saying, because someone commented on that video as well, and they said, well, why do you want them to hold your hand? And it's not about the holding hand. Like, I'm totally fine with them sending you off into the world without giving you any instructions. But then, you know, we didn't have really an end game at the end of Guild Wars 2, the original, the core game, because they wanted to have this, like, open-ended, like, fashion-based, like, you know, like flat progression line kind of thing where it's just masteries and stuff like that. But then they added raids because they wanted to satisfy their hardcore players. But then they also didn't do the work of bridging that gap. They need to bridge that gap between personal story, you know, and regular core game that leads up to 80, where you can do whatever. Like, you know, it's not that hard to play through 1 through 80. Right? But then it's really hard to get into fractals and raids and stuff because you don't have any instructions on what to do after. You know, they tell you, oh yeah, there's a portal in Lion's Arch that's fractals. And you go in and it's like, the fuck am I supposed to do in here? Like, what the hell is going on in here? Ooh, this is infected. Get it. Let's see, who else is infected? What else is infected? We're just gonna go through like this. Oh, infected. Get it. So, and I'm, you know, I'm sad that there isn't like, because I also don't want the other side of that where they're like, oh, well, you know what? Do you see this? Is this really happening? My game just crashed. My everything, no. Hold on, guys. Yeah, my game just crashed. What is happening? Oh, no, there it is. Oh. Wow, I don't know how that turned up on the capture, guys, but my everything just crashed. Not crashed, but like completely got stuck. I don't know what is happening. I'm gonna close one of my tabs that I have open. Listen, guys, I'm watching old school Game Grumps right now. I'm watching through like the old episodes with John, and I really like, I don't know, I don't want to spark any like fires in the community, but I really enjoy Dan more than JonTron. I find JonTron pretty he gets kind of rude and like towards Aaron, and he gets kind of obnoxious in a lot of ways where I'm just like, I mean, he's funny. I love JonTron. Like, I love watching his stuff, and I you know, he's a really funny guy. Just the dynamic. I'm like, I just think that like Dan is a better partner there. But lots of lag. Yeah, okay, it's not just me, right? Okay. I'm like, I literally had like everything. I had to open Task Manager, and once I did that, then like everything kind of came back. But I'm lagging specifically in this town. Like when I'm outside of this town, I'm not lagging. I don't know if there's something going on at like headquarters here. Oh, I'm still not done with this stupid thing. Jesus Christ. Let me wait. Do I have rat meat? I do. I have 9 pieces of meat. Let's put that to the butcher. Butcher. There you go. Fantastic. Done. All right. Let's look at the hard vendor. What do you have? Debbie's cakes. Cost 0. Let's get them. Again, Darren Batch. Vitality. Oh, this is Plague Doctors, right? Get your Plague Doctor stuff, guys. Is right here. I don't have these. I don't have the Basenjis. Sad. I should get them at some point. But nothing is more addictive than raids, really. I haven't raided myself. I have never raided in Guild Wars 2. I will tell you guys this. I have not raided in Guild Wars 2. I have tried a raid at one point with a healer, and I was told that my heals were ridiculous. Not sure what that meant. I don't know, but yeah. So, and that was my only experience ever exposed. It was a training run for the Veil Guardian, and this was back in like, God knows, forever ago. My Mesmer build, you like it? Well, it's pretty much just a Mirage build. I'll just pull it up for you guys to look at. Tell me about it. I used to love raiding in WoW, but it's gear and mount grind. I don't think it is the same Guild Wars. It's not. It's different. It's different. It's you do raids for, yes, for gear, but it's more like visual gear. Like, it's Fashion Wars. You know, if you want to work towards your legendary armor, or you want to work towards this cool weapon set or whatever, you know, that's pretty much what raids are. And they're good money, you know, and with money you can buy anything on the gem store. If you do like the gold to gem conversion thing, you can buy anything on the gem store, you know, and buy anything else. You know, you can work on legendary weapons. You know, that's like their big thing. Their big end game thing is always the legendary stuff that they have coming out. You know, we have the amulet coming. We have we just got our set of trinkets pretty much. You know, we have our legendary armory that pretty much, oh my god, it's happening again, guys. It's happening again. I don't know if this is still getting picked up. Wow, I don't know what's going on. And it's not me. It's not my program. I don't know if it's gonna, is it gonna? Okay, come on. All right. Oh, we're back. Wow, this is really, I don't know how this picked up, guys, on your end, but I got like the lag is like real. I'm gonna restart Guild Wars. Yeah, you can do it with exotic gear. You don't have to. I'm gonna restart Guild Wars, guys. I'm gonna restart it and I'll pull up my my build again once I'm up. So even taking forever. It's, I don't know, does anyone else have that where like Guild Wars 2 takes forever to close? Oh, I was like, I got a message on Discord. It was just me going live. Guys, you can join the Discord too if you guys, information should be down below or in any of my videos. I have it always in there. If you guys want to discuss more stuff, I'm always in there, so. Yeah, I don't know. It's been lately I've been having a lot of issues with like Guild Wars 2, the client Guild Wars 2, I guess. And like my internet is fine, right? And so it's just, I don't know. It's just weird. So okay, blah, 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 blah. Hold on, you guys are going so fast. I don't know. Interesting. You can actually run raids and lower. Yes, I was crashed when that happens. They're only used while running fractals. Really well, good. Because of the error. Nope, just loading. Yeah, I'm going to. All right. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate that very much. All the discussion. I always love when you guys come in and talk. Always a big fan of people coming in and just talking. You know, just giving me your opinion. My build here. So I will say on this build right here, dueling is usually, so they usually want you to go with blinding dissipation and ineptitude, which that is really nice. It is a good combo because it gives you a ton of confusion on F2. Like you literally stack up a crap ton of confusion. My issue is that once I use this, I have, you know, and I use these skills, I don't have any other way of creating clones. And I'm kind of stuck with like not being able to reuse this often enough, especially because you give yourself with like dodging and using your ambush skill, you give yourself alacrity, which means your recharge on this is so fast. So I find myself lots of times only having like 1 or 2 illusions, and I don't want to use my shatter. So I go with the middle, which helps with just, this gives you a ton of like damage against enemies that use projectiles, so enemies that shoot you with guns or, you know, anything like that, like arrows and things like that. Like anytime you dodge, you reflect, right? You, anytime you have after you evade something. Thank you so much for the subscription, I appreciate that. But then I also changed to deceptive evasion, which creates more clones, which gives you like a ton of clones. And do you know what my build is? Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yeah, so the one thing that I will say about this build, what it's pretty much based off, like, or what's really nice about this build is the superior sigil of stamina. It reduces, or it refills your endurance every time you kill a foe. Now that is amazing, because if you're like in an AoE, like a group situation, like those guys for example, it's like, I mean, it's great because I dodge, right? I dodge and I'm invulnerable every time I dodge, and I also reflect every time I dodge, right? But I kill an enemy and my entire endurance bar fills up. So I can dodge twice again, and then I kill another foe, I can dodge twice again. So you become almost invulnerable for a huge amount of time, and every time you dodge, you create another illusion. I don't even have to summon any illusions, because they're automatically, like, that's the magic of the Mirage. Like, I don't even have to summon anything. I literally have to dodge and press 1, and that's all I need to do. Even this veteran, watch this, like, slowly but surely. So one enemy got defeated, my endurance gets recharged. Just watch my my endurance recharge every time, and I just dodge and dodge and dodge, and I'm invulnerable the whole time. They can't even damage me, so I don't even have to worry about like, oh, I have no survivability. I'm pretty much for any fight invulnerable. Where this kind of falls apart is if you're fighting a boss or like a bounty, or you're in fractals and fighting a boss. You don't get to kill a lot of enemies. There might be ads you might be able to kill and stuff. That's kind of where it falls apart, but you have plenty of other skills you can use at that point, because you get also with with any of them, you get vigor. And specifically with Cry of Frustration, which is the condition-based one, you get a ton of vigor, which recharges. Even if you don't kill any enemies, you still get a ton of endurance. Look at that endurance bar recharge really fast. And I can dodge again before he even died. And now I can dodge again twice. And that's the magic of the Mirage. So I recommend that. And this, like I said, this is a variation of the... This is pretty much the, like... I don't know. Is it? Is this the meta build? I don't think this is the meta build. It's no, it's very different from what they have. I think they use this. I think they use this. I don't know. They might use something else. I made my own variation of the but this is amazing. This is really great. And even like I said, even against bosses, if you can constantly shatter, because you get alacrity, so your F2 ability comes back so much. And I wish I could find like a boss. Like,
that's the most I can give you.
let me find a boss that I can kill real quick, or a champion. I always go to Ore because it has like fairly easy champions. I don't have I only have ascended trinkets. Okay, I will show you right now. I only have, oh, I have one ascended piece. I'm sorry, I lied. Two ascended pieces, and I have ascended amulets, which these are really easy to do. If you're currently playing through, you can get really easily, you can get ascended trinkets. Ascended trinkets should not be a problem for anyone to get, and I only have 2 pieces of ascended gear. It doesn't make a huge difference. It really doesn't, because like I said, it's just a matter of enduring the fight. You know, I mean, the only difference you will find if you have it says toughness right there, for example, like the only difference you will which this isn't even a good, okay, I will tell you guys right now, this stat set isn't even good. Like, there's way better stat sets than this to be used, but I'll show you fighting this archmage over here. Okay, so I want to demonstrate this. It's obstructed. I can't even attack it. Okay. Like, I should be okay to not lose. I don't know. It's very much like sitting in the corner here. But it's just about dodging, right? I have to dodge. I should be getting that mirror, but I don't want to get in that AoE. Always get your mirrors, friends. Always get your mirrors. They help. But it's like, I'm pretty much invulnerable for a big portion of the fight. And I do have vigor the whole time, so my dodges are going to happen. I can use the... Ooh, look at that. Oh, look at that. He downed me. Okay, see? So, it's probably not the best. I mean, this was probably like a bad example of this, but... Oh, God. He just does a ton. Like, what does he do for damage? Jesus Christ. God, look at that damage right there, guys. It's all the gray. All the gray is the... Oh, you guys can't really see my face is in front of it. That's okay. So, wasn't that great of a demonstration, but there's certain I think it's just because I'm trying to like show it off or whatever. There's certain bosses, but you can definitely do this on ascended gear, because a lot of it is just evading. You know, it's gonna take you a little bit longer because your stats are gonna be lower, and the stats that matter in that build is gonna be your condition damage. And your condition damage being low just means that your fight is going to take a little bit longer. But this is not a bursty build. This is supposed to be a, like, you know, a build that, like, takes a little bit longer. So, or is more endurance, higher endurance. In group settings, it's amazing. In group settings, I honestly, like, it's really good. Oh, he's invulnerable. Let's try this guy, the groundskeeper. He doesn't have any AoEs. Like, AoEs are kind of not good for you. Okay, he destroyed one of my illusions, but I am dodging. So, let's see if we can get this. You want to stand in your own chaos, because Chaos Storm gives you ages, so you want to have ages, because that gives you even more defense, right? So I can now daze him, so I dazed him with my shatter, because I get more than enough illusions. You can use all of your shatters pretty much, because look, I'm back up to full illusion count, and I'm gonna use my 2 ability, dodge, and in a second I can, yep, I cast this, cast that, I can dodge, I have more than enough illusions. And I'm pretty much, you don't even have to pay attention to it because you have to dodge and your illusions pretty much attack it automatically. So you can actually like pay attention to other things. So it's pretty good. I mean, the 2 of us defeated this guy, but yeah. It's really great in like group settings and stuff. You can do like really good damage. And like I said, if I had a better gear setup, this would probably do a lot more like damage even. This would even be better. I think maybe even like Trailblazer might be a good set for that. Which is like a damage condition mix, I think. I don't know. Maybe even something with boon duration if you want to keep up your alacrity on you. I don't know, something like that. So, but it's a great build. Right now that's pretty much my main. If I'm not, I've been playing a lot of Guardian. I've been doing like boon support, like heal brand kind of thing. So that's kind of my pretty much between those two, because the problem with the Guardian is that I can't solo anything. Like I do use Harriers, which has power on it. So Harriers gear gives you power, healing power, and boon duration. So I do have power on it, but it's just not enough, especially on a like a firebrand setup, which is like condition based really. But I just like it for the healing purposes of that. So I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could do a drag hunter set with that. Okay, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. And you can always shoot me a message or anything. Like my name is up here, so if you want to shoot me a message or whatever, you know. Join our Discord. We have that Discord going too. Our Discord has been super active, guys. We've been super, like, people have been talking and stuff. It's great. I do wanna do some changes to it, but nothing too crazy. It's going great. The channel has become. Oh, look, guys! I got my chest of loyalty. I didn't even look at that. I need some missing clovers. I'm working on a legendary, so I need some missing clovers. I'll take those. But yeah, I don't know. I want the channel to grow. Let me know what you guys want to see. I do understand that elite elite specialization speculations are very popular, but I'm probably not going to do another set for until after End of Dragons. I am doing other lore stuff, so if you guys like talking about lore, just watch those videos. You know, just put your 2 cents in. I mean, I read every comment, guys. I read every single comment that I get. Even on videos, there was a guy that commented on my freelancer videos from like my freelancer video from like 6 months ago. And I answered on that comment. I read that comment. I read every comment. I love when people comment. Even the like stuff when someone disagree. Oh yeah, they have the moving poison thing. That's weird, isn't it? Even when people like disagree with me, you know, it's like I'm not perfect and I'm not always right, and I'm not always like, you know, I like when people criticize what I do. I don't like when people bitch and they don't have anything like better, you know. Like there was that one comment where someone it was really funny. It was the day that I talked about, it was the day after I talked about, it was so weird because literally the day after I talked about clickbait videos. So many Guild Wars 2 videos, I will tell you guys, or so many videos on the internet, period, are clickbaity. They're so like, oh my god, this crazy thing happened, and then it's just like you click in there and it's like, that's it. I just stole like 5 minutes of my life, and I can't ever get that back. But I talked about how I don't like doing like clickbaity videos. I like to have in my thumbnails what I'm talking about. It's going to be pictures of what I'm talking about in the video or whatever, and the title will not usually be filled with like these crazy, like, what are they called, like boom and pow and crazy and oh my gosh and stuff like that. Like, I don't do that, you know. I'm pretty serious about the stuff that I do. And so a day after I say this on stream, I get someone commenting, and I don't know if they were trolling or what was happening. They were commenting on my Shadowmancer Elite Specialization speculation, saying that, which that is the fifth video that I've ever made. The fifth video I've ever made. So it was like over a year ago, or about a year ago now. And they said that they were like, well, first of all, you should have put idea in your title because it's super clickbait, which I put speculation in my title. So, and I answered that. I said I put speculation in there. That's what idea means, pretty much, you know, in a sense. And then they said that how can you not make a ninja work? You just need to have like fast movement and like jump, I don't know, like jumping around, blah blah blah. It was like this whole thing where I was just like, I literally explained so many times why that doesn't work, why it feels like a Daredevil, you know. And it's like, those types of comments, they're not criticisms, they're just stupid, right? Those comments, I don't enjoy those because I don't mind criticism. I don't mind people coming on there and being like, hey, I don't agree with this because of this. Lots of times I'm like, you know what, you're right, and it's true, because I'm not perfect and I can't make perfect things, you know, all the like I don't know, I just come up with stuff, I just theorize on stuff, you know, and it's like I just speculate on stuff. Like, that's usually what I do. So I appreciate when people are just like, you know, they correct me on what I'm wrong, you know, but there's certain ways of doing that. But you come in there and you're just like, well, you can't even make that work, and I'm like, well, where's your video? If you think that, like, I can't make that work, why don't you make your own video? Like, that's my only suggestion I have to these people. Like, why don't you go... Oh, God, this fucking poison field, Jesus. So random, you know? Achievements are okay. The achievements are pretty easy. They're fairly easy. They're not hard to do at all. It's 5 bounties, and they're random bounties. I did 2 of the same bounties. Of course, you're gathering renowned hearts and doing story and doing the meta one time. That's pretty much it. And then doing events. I mean, it's your standard stuff, you know. So it's nothing too crazy. They're pretty easy. I think you have to kill fireflies here. Is that correct? Yes, firefly bits. Okay, kill fireflies. Let's do that. Let's kill fireflies to get this part done. I feel like I haven't done anything in this like hour that we've been live, hour and a half that we've been live. It's because I've been talking, which is fine. We can talk. All good. I like talking, obviously. But yeah, so I like good criticism. I like people, you know, that oppose me, because I just think that when you do that kind of stuff, you come up with better things, right? Multiple minds are better than one, right? And if someone says like, oh, well, you could do this and this and this, I'm like, okay, you know, like on the Warden video, someone was like, well, you know, the nature theme has already been done with the druid. You could really lean towards doing like just a shaman. And then they had like an example of what that meant, and I was like, that's good criticism, because like it's just good criticism, you know, because it's like, that's true, you know, we have done druid and stuff. So it's like, I don't know, I just think that there's like certain things where I would like some more actual criticisms, like actual criticisms, you know, because I want to improve too, right? I know that I'm not perfect, and I know that over the year, I mean, you look at my first video or you look at my first stream, that stuff has changed so much. Like, it's really improved in so many ways. I have improved with talking on videos. I was, like I said, I was watching one of the I talked about this earlier, how I was watching one of the videos back from like long ago, from like a year ago, and I'm like, wow, I've really changed, like in my videos, the way I talk, the way I like do things, and it's yeah, it's great, and I think it's mostly for the positive. I don't think it's like changed for the worse, and I think it reflects with how the community has reacted, you know, with like the followers, like how I've been getting more followers and stuff. So that's nice. I like that. It's very good. Look at that. 2 chaos storms. You can't escape that. You're gonna die. Dodge, baby, dodge. Dodge again and dodge again. Okay. What do I need to do? Woodland, right? I think I need the woodland, right? Yeah, so let's find some trees. There's a tree over there. And we can kill some of these, maybe this basilisk here. We're not poison the field. That poison field does a ton of damage. Yeah, this map is not very exciting. Okay, cool, Leo. No worries. Like I said, the achievements aren't very thrilling by themselves. But I like the discussion that we have going. You know, I'm a huge fan of that stuff. I like talking to you guys about all these things going on. You know, and I like coming up with ideas. You know, the idea of doing another elite specialization speculation set is not bad. It's a great idea, but I don't know, man. It's really hard. Like, I was having a hard time on the second set. I'll tell you guys what. Why can't I? Oh, I'm in combat? I'm in combat. Who am I in combat with? This bug is so annoying. Please, ArenaNet, fix this bug. I'm not in combat with anyone. There's no one around. Okay, I wanted to get that crystal. Because you have to, like, run over these. Yeah! It's cool. It's fun. I just wanted to do that. That was the only reason I want to get out of combat, okay? Just wanted to do that. Ooh, there's a veteran Choya chieftain. But yeah, I don't know. I think, and I said this yesterday, I think like lore-wise, Apprentice Hunter. Can I give you the fireflies? Yeah, fireflies. Yay! Awesome. Let's go get the thing here, the supply cache. I talked about this yesterday too, was when you look at the actual videos that I've made, I haven't made that many lore videos. And I'm like, huh, that's crazy, you know? So I will probably do more of those. And I think going into Cantha will be a great time for me personally, because Cantha is very dear to my heart just because of it being Cantha, you know? It's Cantha, like, you know, that's the expansion I started with on Guild Wars and stuff, and it's awesome. You know, everyone's favorite.
The Spear Marshal has my latest report. Okay. It's not all rainbows and Choya, but we'll make do.
Oh, I talked to this guy already. Wow. Okay, my brain was like not working for a minute there. That's okay. I'm playing for 4 hours. That's a lie. I have not played for 4 hours. I haven't restarted one time like 30 minutes ago. Crazy. Okay, I don't care about opening that thing. I want to find trees to chop down. Is there more trees here that I can chop down? Like, I would imagine there'd be some here. There's nothing. Really nothing on this fucking map anywhere. It's so boring. Ah, there's some trees. There we go. But yeah. I don't know. I'm doing the Wardens. I have done the Jade Sea. I don't know if I should do like a Kaineng City, like speculate on some of the stuff in the Kaineng City. It's just hard to like imagine what Kaineng City is going to look like 250 years, especially with all the technological advances having been made. It's going to be hard to imagine what that looks like, or what could possibly have changed. Like, we're not, I don't know if we're gonna see much of it, or even Xingji Island. I mean, you know, there's certain things I think that I just can't really speculate on, because I just don't know how they're gonna take it or whatever. and there's not that much where I'm like, ooh, I would love to see this. You know, we've done our journey through Cantha, and I've talked about like what I would like to see come back, or the areas that are like dear to my heart that I really enjoy, or that I would like to see fleshed out, or whatever. You know, I did talk about those things, but I just don't know to what capacity I would. Well, then watch my watch my videos. No, I mean, I have done. I will advise you, and this might be a little bit of a search. I have done streams of Guild Wars 1 going through the original campaign of Cantha, and this is pretty recent. They're really recent streams, so I have done those, and then I have done the Winds of Change, which was the like, it was supposed to be like Winds of Change was part of what they called Guild Wars Beyond, which was the like not actually like boxed releases, like not campaigns, but like an in-between of what's happening in all three of the lands, between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2. And no, it's okay. It's totally fine. I mean, you don't have, like, I don't expect anyone. I have like over 200 live streams on my channel. Okay, I looked at that the other day. It's like, I think we're at like 213 or so. So it's totally fine that people don't watch everything. But so I have done a playthrough of that. You can look at that. I try to be very like in the descriptions and stuff, kind of talk about what's going on. So there is a playthrough of that. You can watch those streams of the original campaign. And then the Winds of Change, which was the Guild Wars Beyond, which kind of bridges, kind of leads into what Guild Wars 2 was. And there's the Winds of Change that I just recently, I mean, what, like a month or two ago we finished that? Not even, like, we finished it right before the live stream, the preview live stream that they had. So if you want to watch a playthrough of that, you can kind of get the whole campaign and Winds of Change. You can watch all that. And then watch some of my speculation videos. The Deep Sea Dragon theory video, I talk about a lot of stuff there. I have the, I'm doing the Vanquishing right now, so those are pretty recent. I did Sunday, and the Sunday before that, I did 2 Vanquishing, kind of showing off the areas and talking a little bit about the lore and stuff. And you can kind of see Cantha in like detail on those areas. So, and you can kind of, I mean, you don't have to watch the whole stream. You can kind of like jump through or whatever, you know. I kind of wanted to showcase the stuff because I know people don't want to necessarily play through that. So I was like, I'll play through it and I'll talk about what I think, and I'll talk about the significance of a lot of those things. And I didn't want to do like separate videos of me playing through it. I wanted to do it with you guys on stream so that I could get like moment to moment like opinions from people and stuff. But yeah, you can always still leave comments on these videos. I mean, I read those all the time. Like, Faye is one of those people, he like goes back after the streams and watches them, and then usually like he'll comment on it. Like, I see that a lot of time, which I appreciate, and I think it's great. But that's the reason I switched from Twitch to YouTube. So I have those streams on there for you guys to watch after the fact. If you guys miss my streams, or if you guys, you know, are bored and you have nothing better to do, like I do that, you know, when I have nothing better to do, I'll turn on someone's like live stream from whatever ago, and I'll just watch that, you know, in the background when I'm playing something or whatever. You know, you can always do that, and I would really appreciate it, and it would help me out, you know, getting some views on there and maybe getting the algorithm to like boost me up and stuff. So but I have that stuff for you guys to watch, you know. Right. Well, but that's pretty much why I did the playthrough, to kind of give people a refresher of what the campaign was, right? Because I think we're going to see a lot of characters from the campaign. Like, I think Master Togo is going to make a return. Maybe we'll even talk about Shiro. We'll talk about the heroes from Tanake Temple and stuff. So those all come in the campaign, and they're kind of there, and I kind of like talk about those things. So at least you kind of get a refresher of, you know, I don't do like deep dive lore things for those things, but at least they're there. You can kind of see how they progress in Guild Wars 1 and how the average player of Guild Wars 1 will have experienced them. So those are there, and I think specifically with like Winds of Change, I think we get even more into detail because I actually read out all the text in Winds of Change, and you kind of get to meet those characters, you know, the Army of Purity that a lot, like, that is gonna probably, I think, play a huge part in Guild Wars 2 in End of Dragons. You learn the origin. In Winds of Change, you are actually part of the origin of the Army of Purity, which is called the Ministry of Purity, and you kind of learn their journey and stuff. So that by itself already is like a huge part of the lore, I think, that we're gonna see in End of Dragons, that you can, if you watch those back, you can watch those. And like I said, I have a theory video, the Deep Sea Dragon theory video on my channel from a while ago, and then I recently made another one based off of that, which talks about a lot of different things in the lore. Specifically, those talk about the first one on the Deep Sea Dragon lore talks about the history of Cantha, specifically with the emperors and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I theorized that could have happened in Cantha. And then the one I recently made is specifically about creatures in the Jade Sea that you see in Guild Wars 2. And then we have the one that I'm making right now, which talks about the Echovald Forest, which is like the other side, because it's like a duality thing, kind of, where it's like the Jade Sea is this like frozen ocean and it's all bright, and the Luxons are these nomadic people, and then you have the Echovald Forest, which is like dark and gothic, and the Kurziks are like these gothic, like ritualistic, very in their, like, set in their ways kind of people, you know. Yeah, and I have those videos and I make those guys for you guys to watch, so I hope that they will help you a little. I'm not saying that that's all there is to the Canthan history. There's a lot of stuff in the Canthan history. You know, there's, you know, you talk about the Ampha and the Jade Brotherhood, and you talk about like the monastery. You know, there's a lot of history there with even with Menlo. You know, there's that stuff with Menlo. Is that? Oh, that's the secret vault. Where was the switch for that again? Isn't there a switch you can activate somewhere? There's a switch somewhere that you can activate to get into that.
Oh, bother.
I forgot where it was.
A dead end.
No, it's not a dead end.
Look, do you see it? Those cretins thought they could slip one by me.
Maybe it's up here? There's like a hidden switch somewhere.
Stop the intruder!
Oh, never mind, he opened it.
I should have known. Think you can outsmart me, do you?
I knew you'd follow the trail here. Finally, I've got you cornered.
So. But yeah, I don't know if they're like, if the demand is high. I mean, there's still so much time before End of Dragons, so if people really want to see more, it's a 12 rat. That's what's the reference there? There's a reference, right? It's a reference to some kind of, was it a cartoon or something? I don't remember. Meta starting fuckers. Someone's okay. Let's do the meta, guys. We'll leave. Okay, I'm gonna go to one of the cannons. What's the closest cannon? This one up here. Let's go there. It's up in those mountains. But yeah, I don't know if you guys want to hear about Canthan lore. I can make some more videos. I'm just trying to think of like, oh, what? There's so many parts. Cause my question also is that, like, are they gonna talk about the like ancient history of it? Because I know that, like, right, Cantha is like the oldest of all the nations and or the countries. You know, it's the oldest of all the other places, and I don't know. A lot of things have changed over the years, and I feel like they're gonna not necessarily touch on. They're not necessarily gonna touch on those old things. They're probably going to touch on a lot of stuff in Guild Wars 1 because it's been 250 years, so it's probably going to be a lot of stuff is Guild Wars 1 related, so, which I feel like I've covered a lot of it. Create videos for free to players? Of a whole world of moundless players. I don't know what you mean by that. Like instructional or like... God, this map is terribly laggy. I hate this. I hate this lag. Like every 5 to 10 seconds I get like this stutter. Right there it was. It just does not feel good. Oh, it's Rhyme. Hey Rhyme. Rhyme's here, hanging out. Defend the cannon. Did anyone say anything in guild chat at all? I think people have. After I reload, no one's saying anything. I know they said something way earlier. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just not understanding it right. I'm sorry. I don't know what you mean by like videos for mountless players. A whole world of mountless players. Like for me also, like I try to stay away from stuff that is already super oversaturated on YouTube, right? The problem that I run into for you guys, like, you know, I'm sure most of you guys understand this. If I'm gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it anyways, just to like reiterate maybe a little bit. But like, fighting the algorithm is really hard because there's so many way more popular. Like, Muckluck releases a video in a matter of like days, it gets like 150,000 views. Most of my videos don't even get up into the hundreds. So it's really hard for me to fight those algorithms. If I have a video that talks about the same thing that they're talking about, you know, that Muckluck is talking about, that Mighty Teapot is talking about, I run into the problem of no one watches it because they're just watching those videos instead of mine. And then it becomes for me like, you know, I kind of look at that, I'm like, okay, no one is viewing those videos. I get like 10 views on those videos. Like the second Deep Sea Dragon Theory video only is like in the 40s of views. And compared to like my 23,000 on my second Elite Specialization video, like, you know, not saying that that's the standard I want to go with because that's just a fluke pretty much. But, you know, the other ones kind of get into the hundreds at least. That one didn't even get in the 40s, and it's a little bit discouraging. It's also like, am I doing something wrong? Am I doing stuff that people don't want to watch? You know, that's my whole problem, is that I'm fighting those different algorithms, and I'm fighting against what people are searching on YouTube. You know, I get that there is people that come on my streams and they say, hey, make this video, and I'm like, okay, I can make a video like that, you know, if it's something that I'm interested in and stuff. But if it's something that I'm not necessarily super interested in, I don't see necessarily the reason for it, because it's pretty much, most of my videos are passion projects, right? They're like, I don't make money off of them, and a lot of them, like I said, don't get a lot of viewership, so I make them pretty much for my own satisfaction in a way, where I'm like, I want to get my opinion out on this, or I want to talk about this. So if it's anything like making build videos, for example, I'm not passionate about that. I love the build crafting in this game, but I'm also not very good at it, and it's very saturated. We have other people that already do it. Mind Over Meta does like great stuff and like does amazing things on his channel for that, and I'll always direct people to that rather than what I do, you know. You know, so I'd rather lean into lore stuff. Lore stuff is more my... You still have the original boxes? That's cool. I never had the original boxes. It was all, I bought all my stuff digital, so I never actually bought like a collector's edition or anything like that. I have my collector's edition box for Guild Wars 2. I do have that. I got one of the hearts done again. Nice. Okay, now we can attack the Inquest. How do we get there? You have to go through the portal. Please let me travel. Why am I still in combat? Who am I in combat with? Oh, that guy over there. Awesome. God. So I'd rather do lore stuff, and you guys could, like, you know, if you guys want to hear about something specific in the lore, you know, like you guys said Cantha, I'll look into more Cantha stuff. Obviously that's look at the arrow. Woo! If you have like the rotating thing, it doesn't really work. It doesn't really do it right. Wow, the lag is just so fucked. What is this? This map is so terribly. Is this like terribly optimized, or is there like something? I'm not so technically versed that I know what the fuck's going on here with the lag. So, but I just feel like maybe it's something like that. Ooh, I can get this awakened chest. Yay!
Forgive me.
Heroes banner. I got a thing there. But yeah, I'll look more into lore and into, you know, if you guys want to watch those videos, that's pretty Canthan heavy lore, or at least like, I mean, it's not lore necessarily, but it's like, you know, how Cantha was before. You know, I talk about a lot about like how Cantha was in Guild Wars 1 and stuff, which I think is gonna come back in a lot of ways for End of Dragons. Yeah, and we'll maybe talk about like just, you know, just informational stuff about like the different areas of the maybe theorize on how they could have changed over 250 years and what we're gonna see. So I could do that for like all the different areas. So that would be a cool set to make, maybe a set of 4 videos where I talk about Xingji Island, because the 4 areas of Cantha were Xingji Island, which was the like starter area for Guild Wars factions. You know, that's kind of where you started out at, and then you have Kaineng City, which was this big city, right? And then you have like huge city, like humongous, and it's just like there's like no greenery really. There's a few parts, but nothing really. And then oh, I also have like another big thing in the lore, guys, is the Celestials. Okay, listen, one thing that drives me nuts, no one talks about the Celestials. I literally am so baffled by how no one talks about these Celestials are probably gonna play a huge part in like even the dragon story. And I made a video on this, so watch that video too if you want to see something lore related, because that's really lore related, that video. And I talk about how Mother could possibly tie into all of that, so that's a great video to watch if you guys want to see some good stuff. But but yeah, and then so Kaineng City, which I talk about the Celestials because we find them in Kaineng City, and then you have the Jade Sea and the Echowild Forest. That's pretty much the 4 areas. There's a couple of like other outlying like areas they talk about, like the mountains where the bonus mission takes place. You know, we don't really know where in the mountains. How did I die? Whoa, what is doing this damage? Oh, no. Oh my god, are you kidding me? What in the hell? 9 damage. Hold on a minute. Okay, no one hit me until this part. Grants you some vegetable farmer grants me 3,000 of barrier. Nothing damaged me though. What the hell happened? Wait, is this? Hold on. Where is? Oh, cool. Thanks for the revive. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know. Oh, I can't see that. So. Well, I'm glad that you find interest in that. I'm glad that you want to look at those. So, but yeah, I can make separate videos on those areas and maybe speculate on like how they could have changed. I think that's a good idea to maybe do. So I'll probably do a set of that. It'll be like 4, probably like mid-range videos. Like I said, I am working on another video right now. I have it about halfway done or so. I don't know. Depends on how much crap I want to. I usually just put so much crap in my videos. I'm just like, oh, here's some more text, and here's another picture, and here's another animation, and here's another this. But that's related to the Wardens of the Echowild Forest. And that's going to be super interesting for some of the people that like the lore of Guild Wars 2, and it's related to the dragons specifically in a way that I talk about, that I theorize. You know, I always love making my theories. But yeah, so that's coming out soon. Yeah, and so that's pretty much the I mean, what I've done so far. Like I said, watch those streams back if you guys want to see the factions campaign, because I really try to take my time with them as well and kind of talk about the different things. I think. Well, I mean, it's been a while. My memory does. Wow. That did not even allow me. You hit. Wait a minute. Do I not have? Wait a minute. Incoming damage. What? It doesn't even tell me what killed me. Grants me barrier. 8,000 barrier. You critically hit. Grants you barrier. I don't understand. I don't understand why there's nothing in the combat log that tells me what I'm dying from. The fuck is that? Like, it's obviously his poison fields that he makes, but they're killing me in a matter of like 1 second. I can't even do anything about it. And it doesn't pop up anywhere in the chat log for me. That's so weird. The screen shake is kind of annoying. Oh, there's the necrotic. Just yeah, see? This guy died too. And there wasn't even any poison fields or anything. Shit. That's not good. Gotta stay way back so I can see those poison fields come out. Oh, is that what it is? Man, you know, and that's the thing. Joe Biden, wake up. Oh my God, I'm not even gonna get into political things. Can I just tell you guys that I'm in the middle of the road? I consider myself independent, and I don't like either choices for president. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. That we had choices for president that we had. So that's all I'm gonna say. Done with that. No political stuff. I don't care for it. We start up here, yeah. But yeah, so I think on those like playthrough streams and stuff, I did a pretty good job of like kind of taking my time with it. You know, I used my warrior and I had to like level my warrior, and I didn't want to use heroes and stuff. I didn't want to just like jump through everything, like just run through everything. So I kind of stuck with like what they give you in the campaign and stuff. Instructional. I don't know what that means, Paul. You're gonna have to give me a little bit more context, okay? My brain does not work that well. I don't even know what I just said a minute ago. You can't just say instructional. Are you using this as an example of the instructional thing we were talking about early on? Because you would be correct on that. You'd be very correct on this being. My God, look at this! I can't even see what's happening. This is like just an army of like glowing men that are just like just oh my God, in all kinds of colors, like rainbow color. Oh, I got you. Well, the thing is, again, I don't mind that. The problem with that is that I'm working against the algorithm on those, right? And oh, I have to go. Is it this room? Wait, did I loot? Do you auto loot this? I think you do. Well, you can't actually work through it. And the problem is there's a ton of videos. If you just Google that, if you Google, what do you mean? Don't you get? Oh, I have to accept that, and then I get it. Wait, what? Don't you get an access card right here? Oh, I have to consume it. And then I can accept. Got it. I don't know why they did it like that. It's really fucking stupid. But yeah, if you Google that, if you YouTube it, if you look on YouTube, there's so many videos that are like reasons to play Guild Wars in 2021. You just honestly, you just have to type in Guild Wars. Guild Wars 2. Just type in Guild Wars 2 and you'll find all these videos on there, and I'm like, I'm worried that I wouldn't get any views on it, or I don't know. Is that the type of stuff people want to see? You want to see the reason for that why I play Guild Wars 2? I don't have a reason. I love the lore of the game. That's what I love, and people aren't huge on the lore. Like, that's my #1 reason. I love the characters. You know, I'm always like, oh, Timmy's saying something. Shut up, everyone. And I'm like listening, or like, you know, it's like, oh, Brandon is an asshole again. Cool, nothing has changed there. You know, it's like, I don't know. What is this? Why is there just a rock there? It kind of seems out of place, doesn't it? All right, was that part of the thing? Oh, I gotta open these. I can open these. I can open that. Open that. Open that. We have mystic coins. That's nice. Mystic coins are much needed. Oh, look at that! I got another stack, guys. See, mine already knows. There's so many videos that are like top 10 reasons to play Guild Wars 2 in 2021. You know, and I make it sound like your idea is ridiculous or whatever. It's not. There's a reason those videos get viewed, right? And there's a reason people make those videos is because people watch those videos, right? But what can I possibly say that hasn't already been said a million times? And I find it a little bit like redundant, right, in a way. Mine knows exactly what I'm talking about too. You know, it's like you get those are the top videos, and I try to, I want to be unique in a way. I want my channel to not be copycat of all the other people, because first of all, I can't compete with most of those people. I can't compete with Muckluck. I can't compete with even with Mind over his stuff. Like, he already has way more subscribers than I do. You know, it's just like, you know, Mighty Teapot, even Wooden Potatoes, like those people, they get like, they release a video and they get like 50,000 views in a day if it's a video like that. You know, I would probably get that many views, but what can I say in those videos that hasn't already been said a bazillion times, you know? So I want to be a little unique. I want my channel to be a little bit like stand out a little bit, you know? So I want to talk about the lore, because like, oh god, I'm having this again. What the fuck? Fucking over this. It's this map. What is with this map that it crashes my everything? Because it's also crashing my website. I have my stream pulled up and I just... That is not even true, Mind. No. You're so full of shit. They like my Asuras all. That's not even true. I mean, your Asura is cute, but I can't believe you just said that. That's really funny. No, it's because you do great. I mean, your builds are, you found a niche of videos. You found, you know, most build videos you find on YouTube for Guild Wars 2 are, you know, raid builds or fractal builds or whatever, but you do like open world builds where it's like, you know, this is fun to play and this is good and it has, you know, and it works, so here's a build for that. And it's kind of a niche because most build videos aren't like that. What am I left with, guys? What am I left with? Oh, I had it right the first time. I gotta finish one renowned heart, I gotta do more events, and then I just gotta do story. Cool. So let's do the renowned heart. Which am I missing? Which one am I missing? I've done this. I've done that. Oh, there's one over this on this side over there. Yeah, with the Corsairs and stuff. So it's like I get that maybe, and I appreciate that, and it probably sounds very unappreciative. I appreciate that people want to see it from my point of view, maybe. But again, I feel like a lot of those things, because I watch those videos, right? I'm like, okay, well, you know, this person has made a video recently about why you should play Guild Wars 2 in 2021. And I look at the video and I'm like, yeah, I agree with 90% of that. Maybe that's not all the reasons that I would list. But yeah, okay, cool. And that's probably what I would use in mine. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of those reasons, I think a lot of us find the same reasons to play. Because there's like a set of reasons, I would say, that people play for. You know, it's like, oh, I like doing the I like doing where did I bring this? Stop plague outbreaks, take awakened forces. Courser supplies. Right in here? Oh no. Do I bring it to you? Who do I bring this to? This guy?
We're set here. Enemies on the run.
You? 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 These guys? Who the fuck am I bringing this to? The hell? Instruct me! I don't know. I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna do something else. Bye. Let's stop. Let's kill people. It's the easiest way to get this done. I do not. I don't even know. Like, I've heard of it. I don't even know what it is though. Like like the actual game or the actual whatever. Is that a person or is that a game? Okay, clearly I have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't follow that. Follow Warhammer 40K. Should I watch that? Is there something, because you say you have a weird question, so I'm trying to figure out like what the question is. Like, I want to see. I tried that though. It gave me supply. Wait, what? Okay, hold on a minute. Am I just stupid? It's a very high possibility that I'm just a retard. Okay, I shouldn't use that word. I'm sorry, it's offensive. I apologize. That I'm just dumb. Ooh, Oreen, go get him. Go get him, adolescent Oreen. I love how, like, okay, listen, on the wiki, talk about adolescent Oreen. You go on the wiki for Oreen. I'm pretty sure it's on the Oreen side. Is it this box? See, it makes me pick up supplies. It doesn't make me put them down. It gives me supplies. Do I just... See, it like gives me supplies. I don't know. Whatever. 20 years of lore. Some of the guys doing lore videos for it have a real interesting format. Okay. I should maybe watch that then.
Help! Here!
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Rhyme, I didn't know that was your name. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize you were cresting. Maybe I knew that at some point, but my brain, like, you know, my memory is only like 10% left. So they're like, we don't have any storage for this data. Bye. And it left. It was like, meow. It like turned into a little ghost and flew into heaven. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the heck you turned this in, but I'm just gonna fight enemies. I think that's the easiest way to do it. I could do the little the stomping scarab thing events that pop ups once in a while. Oh, I'm gonna, guys, I'm lagging again. There's gonna be that little hiccup again in a minute. I don't know why this constantly happens. I could care less about the game, but the way they do the videos is engaging. Okay, that's cool. I don't know if I have the... Listen, I'm not that good, guys. I re-record my audio for my videos so much, and when you actually like listen to the stuff that I say on my videos, I mess up a ton of just like my speech and like the things that I say, and like I have to cut myself saying out like you guys don't understand. The audio is the worst part for me because I literally sit there and I have to cut out probably a 10-minute video will have like 100 ums in there because I'm like, and I'm like, who wants to listen to that? No one. So cut it out. I'm like, cutting this, cut that, cut that. And I just sit there and I cut all this stuff, and it's pretty bad. I'm not that good. I wish I had like someone that, okay, so because someone asked me one day, they said, do you write like scripts, right? And I'm like, well, I don't really. I give myself, like, I have my little, right? I have my little clipboard, guys. This is the clipboard that I use. You guys can kind of see my ideas for lore bits. I use my little clipboard and I set it in front of me and I read it, right? I read the points off of it and I kind of like talk about the points. When I started the lore mystery bit series, I was like, well, since they're only like 2-minute videos, I can actually write a script. So I wrote out an actual, I don't think I have the paper anymore. I wrote out the actual script for the first Lore Mystery Bits video. It was so bad because I just read it, like I have it in front of me and I'm just reading it, right? I'm just like, na 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 na, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, I can't even like do that part because like you would think that I know what I wrote down, but then I get so focused on like reading that I don't miss anything in there, that I'm just like reading, and it sounded so monotonous and so boring, and I was like, no, like it was really funny. I was really cracking up, and so my only not my only choice, but one of the choices that I do have, I want to get on my Springer here. One of the only choices I really have for that is to do what I do, the bulletin points, and kind of going off of those and stuff. But that ends up, oh, I landed on them and that made that go away. My mouth is really dry. I need to dry something.
Commander, you want to see something neat? I think you'll like it.
But yeah, so just to give you guys an insight on, look, it's a Shirley crab. It's Shirley, a Shirley crab. But yeah, and you know, I run into that where people tell me all the time, they're like, oh, I don't hear an accent, right? Because, you know, I'm not a Native American or Native United States, like, American, you know, not Native American. But like, when I record, that's when like all the mistakes come out. That's when you really hear that I'm not from America. Like, you can really hear all the mistakes that I make, and it's just like, oh my god, you know. So I don't know, I have a hard time with the audio and stuff, so I don't know, like I will watch those videos and I'll see what I can learn from them, because I always love learning on how to make better videos and stuff. But yeah, we'll see how much I can actually absorb into my style of doing videos. Oh, and what I was gonna say, I wish I had someone that like could speak for me, or like, I don't know, my brain wasn't so stupid. I tell you guys, like I lose my train of thought all the time when I'm talking, and I like interrupt myself in the videos too. Like, I'll have a thought and I'm like, oh, I can't forget about this, so I'm like, I cut myself short, and then it's like in the recording I'm like, I didn't even finish that thought, and I'm like, oh god, and then I usually end up like re-recording the whole thing because I get pissed off. Which is probably the worst thing you can do. You want to keep what's good and you want to delete what's not good, but I just delete everything and then I redo it all until I get a take where I'm like 90% happy with it. I'm like, that's as good as it's gonna get, okay? Nothing else is gonna come out of me. What's going on with my lips? I think my lips are really dry. I don't have any chapstick. Hold on, whatever. I'm almost done with this. This is great. And then I only need to do story, which we'll kind of get into the end, so I'm not going to do story tonight. But yeah, I don't know. I will say this, guys. If I can get, I don't know. If I'm slow at work this week, I might be able to not go to work one day, and then I will do an impromptu stream. Kind of me saying that makes it not an impromptu stream, but that's okay. And I want to play, guys. I got, I can't even reach it. It's over on the side. But I got the Sonic Colors. I got the Ultimate Edition. It came in, and I was like, ooh, I kind of want to stream that. So if I can get a day this week where I don't have to work beside my regular like planned schedule, yeah, shoot it, yes, kill it with fire. I will stream that. I will stream some Sonic, guys. I love Sonic. I'm a huge Sonic fan. I don't care what anyone thinks. I think Sonic has awesome games. I enjoyed Sonic Forces probably more than anyone would ever think is sane to do. But you know, I love Sonic, so been a fan ever since I was little. Oh yeah, the ship. Does this? Wait a minute. Oh, it's a sloop. I don't know what a sloop is. I guess it's the type of ship that it is. Cannon in a box. Summon a cannon to aid you in a current fight. This can only be used once every 30 minutes. Summon a portable. I kind of want to do that. What is this cannon? I never knew this was a thing. Are you kidding me? How long does this last? 5 minutes. Does anyone, do you guys know about this? The cannon that lasts for 5 minutes? Don't kill it. Don't kill that guy. I want to kill the ghost eater. Oh, what the hell? I didn't place it down correctly. Oh no! Oh, if you drop the bundle, it doesn't actually, you have to place it. Well, I just fucked myself, didn't I? Can't use it for another 30 minutes. Well, that's lame. Well, you know what? There went that. I was very excited to see this cannon in action. And now I'm not gonna get to see it. That's very sad. Yeah, so I think... Oh, I gotta do some events. Let's do this event over here. What's this beam?
Test subjects! Make sure the golem doesn't get overwhelmed, will you? Oh. It's just
Dodging, 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 dodging.
gracious. Look at that one.
Ooh,
What do
that's
you
a
say we
champion
trade our
right
golem
there.
in for an upgrade? Take that big one down, and I'll use my device to recruit it.
Recruit it. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's shatter that. Let's summon these.
Golem down! Hold on, I'll get it back on its feet.
You can do even time warp. I never use that enough. Nice to have some quickness. It's nice to have some quickness. That's okay. I will probably remember now that that is your YouTube. Because that is like not even close to any of the names that you use ever. So I'm just like, oh wow. Like, that's... But I'll remember that now. Who's the other person where they have like a completely different name? There's another person that we have in chat that always has a completely different name than in-game. Well, there's Alex, who's changed his name God knows how many times. Alright, let's do some more events. We're getting to the end here, guys. I only have another 10 minutes that I'm going to be on. But you guys can always reach me on Discord if you guys want to talk about something or have ideas. Plenty of videos, guys. We're having a touch... Yeah, that's funny. Plenty of videos coming out on the channel, too. I will tell you guys. I have a Lore Bits video coming out Wednesday and Thursday. I'm still doing my Grandia playthrough that's happening Friday and Saturday. And I have another Lore Bits mystery, or Lore Mystery Bits video on Sunday. And then Sunday I'm also gonna stream, so a lot of stuff happening this week. Okay, so make sure that you stay tuned to all that stuff. Watch it, love it, like it, hate it, I don't care. Dislike it, I don't care. If you dislike it, let me know why you dislike it, please, so I can get better at it and can, you know, get you guys better stuff. Or if you like it, let me know that you liked it. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I read every comment on every video, like, you know, all the time. I mean, even on the, like, the video that has 23,000 views, like, I read every comment on that, and I just, I on the ones that I, like, can answer, I will even answer. The ones that, like, there was one comment recently, I think, quote unquote recently, I don't know how recent it was, but it always pops up on the ones that I haven't responded to, that just says LOL. Okay, what the fuck am I supposed to say to that? Just says LOL. I mean, I can't respond to that. I appreciate that person watching, I appreciate them commenting, but what does that mean? So, But like I said, I will always try to answer. I will try to get, you know, that stuff. And I really appreciate everyone who's watching my stuff. I really, because sometimes I get very unsure. I'm like, do people even like the stuff that I post? Do people even care? But then you guys come online, you're like, no, we do care. We love your videos. They're awesome. And I'm like, thank you guys. Like, depression is a horrible thing. Okay, anyone that has depression, it's really, it can grab you in like ways that like you didn't expect or you didn't necessarily know could happen or whatever. Honestly, the easiest way to do the event thing is do the scarab events. They always pop up in this area around here, and there's constant. Whoa! I got kicked out of my map. I didn't press M. I got kicked out. There's always stuff happening here with the with these. I'm gonna stop on it as a human. Just easily that way. There we go. Ow! Inquest chilling me and stuff. Bam. 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 Hop on him. Is there more? I don't see any more. Oh, way over there. That's way so far away. I'm in combat, so I can't even. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's the easiest one. You want to kind of stay around the area of like right here, because there's always like either vine wall events or some other type of events going on with the towers and stuff. See? Another scarab swarm that just popped up. Huh? Where did it go? Oh, someone just deposited a whole bunch of things. Well, Jerry, we have currently what's going on is it's called, I don't know if you're aware. You might be aware of this happening. We have what's called the fuck? Current events. Seasons of the Dragons going on, and it's actually making us return to all of the Living World seasons. There's new achievements with some mystic coins and some blackline chest weapons, and you can get a lot of materials and stuff for doing just pretty much a handful of things like harvest and do the story and stuff. So that's why people are going through those maps currently. So I don't know if you're aware of those things. If you are, I'm sorry that I'm saying that. I guess, I don't know. But yeah, so I just think that I just wanted to point that out. I'm just saying. Did I get credit for that? I got a chest, but I don't know if I got actual credit for that. So if you haven't been in Guild Wars 2 in a while, or you haven't been up to date on stuff that's going on, it might be a good time to come back, because they're also on top of those achievements. They're not re-releasing, but they're releasing them for free again. You can get these episodes for free right now. Right, we've already done season 2 and 3. We're now on to season 4, and we're at episode 3. So we're gonna get episode 4, 5, and 6, and then we're gonna move on to Iceberg Saga. Ooh, there it is. That mummy right there did it, probably. Or that tower maybe did it. Might have been the tower. So that's why people are in these maps right now. That's why you'll see a lot of people in this map. So if you haven't finished those maps, also if you have those, it's a good time to go back to those maps. Yeah, that's been going on for a while now. Those events are I will tell you though that those achievements, you can still go and do them now. If you have that stuff unlocked, it sounds like you're a veteran player. They will be in your side stories, and they will be right here. So all of these are in there. You can go through and you can do all of them still. You can, and I'm sure there's people in these maps still. So if you have that unlocked, you always will have these. They will always be there. There's no time limit on these. They're going to be in there. The current ones will be under bonus events, But once this is finished, it'll be moved into the side stories achievement panel, and it'll be here with all the other ones. So, you know, the Return of the Bug was last week. We did all that. That had 14. We only have 10 on this map. Or 11. I don't know. Daybreak had 15. Revenge of the Marionette. I didn't do that, but you can still do that. They actually brought the Marionette back, so you can do that fight. One Path Ends. Origins of Madness goes with the Marionette. One Path Ends. I mean, you can do those achievements. They're in there. You still have the opportunity. Looks like you're a veteran, so you have all that stuff unlocked anyways. So just go back and do those maps whenever. You know, whenever. Get some people together or whatever. There's still... I went... What map was it that I went into the other day? I went into one of the Season 2 maps, I think. And there's still people doing those achievements. So there's still people doing those achievements. You can still do them right now. And yeah, and just... You can still do that. Get your achievement points, get your extra currency, get your mystic coins. Mystic coins are always good for all of us veterans that need to do legendary weapons. You know, we need those. And yeah. Oh, event. Event. So, you haven't really missed out on anything because you are veteran players, so it's just pretty much for you going back to the stuff. Unless you're not a veteran player, but then, you know, either case, you still have the achievements you can do. I always hate doing this event by myself because I can't do it fast enough. I could probably hop. Oh, that didn't count. That didn't do it. Hey, Oreen. Oreen coming to hang out with us. I already killed the things over there. Oh, wow.
Stop the intruder!
Ass fondle. Ass fodal. But it says ass fondle. What's the name of that? So yeah, they're giving us, like, Ice Speed Saga is gonna have all this. I mean, this is gonna go through. This is gonna go through all the way season. It's gonna go all the way through season, because we're right here. Long Live Lich. We did all of we did all these, right? Then we had This is Heart of Thorns. We did all these for season 2. Then it's Path of Fire right here, and then we did all of we're doing these for season 3. We're gonna do these. I'm super excited for War Eternal because I haven't finished the meta, and there's a bunch. I mean, specifically these where you have to kill 1,000. Once we get people in there, that's gonna be super easy to do. You're gonna be really able to finish your meta stuff there, and even like Bound by Blood, I'm still missing a mastery point and stuff. I have finished my mastery points, but we're gonna get all those as well. So we're gonna get a new achievement for those. So, but yeah, I think this is gonna be it for tonight, guys. I appreciate everyone. This was great. This was a great stream. Why is there a spy way out here? It's an Orient chicken too. I think it's an Orient chicken. Was that an Orient chicken? It didn't look like an awake. Is it an awakened chicken? I would love to have that as a mini. I love the. Hold on. It is an Orient chicken. They use the Orient chicken model for that. And they put a little goo over it to make it look awakened. That's funny. But yeah, I appreciate everyone that came by. This was a great stream. Poll right here. Most people, majority likes Kourna. Okay, well I guess, I'm not the boss. I don't decide this. So you guys enjoyed. That's good. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Appreciate all the stuff we talked about. So much stuff, guys, and I love streams like that where I like talk about just like a lot of stuff. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I didn't get a notification, but I think it takes a minute to come through, so we're probably gonna get a notification in a minute here. Appreciate the subs. Let me know what you guys want to see anyways for streams and regular. If there's anything you guys want to see, specifically me play, or you want to see something in the game, or even Guild Wars 1 related stuff, if you guys want me to do more Guild Wars 1 stuff, I'm currently streaming that on Sundays, so if you guys want to check that out, they're all on my YouTube. So but thank you guys so much for everything, for all the talk. I mean, we had so many people here today talking. It was great. Paul, Kanami? Is it Kanami? Kanami? Maxime, as always, with the tons of stuff said there too. Great. Alex, as always. Did I say Paul? I think I said Paul. Mind, Rhyme being here. Great. Raygun checked in for a second. That's always nice. And then Jerry, of course. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys. Stuff is coming out all week long. I will say this. We're still doing a bunch of stuff this week, so stay tuned on the channel. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. We'll do Vanquishing on Sunday. Or if I can, like I said, I might do an impromptu stream playing some Sonic. So if you guys are interested in some Sonic stuff, if you like that kind of stuff, Sonic Colors. I haven't touched it. It's still in the foil. But if I have a day off this week, an extra day off, and I'm working on a video, hopefully I can get it done tonight, so it'll come out tomorrow as well. So I'll see you guys. Bye.